Modern life has created a perfect storm for the obesity pandemic, a global health crisis that has become more prevalent in recent decades. While it may seem like a simple matter of individual choices, the reasons behind the rising rates of obesity are complex, involving a combination of factors related to diet, lack of physical activity, and psychological issues. These factors are interlinked, creating an environment in which unhealthy habits are not only common, but often ingrained into daily life. To truly understand why so many people are struggling with obesity today, it is essential to look at how modern living conditions have shaped our behaviors, perceptions, and lifestyles. One of the most significant contributors to the obesity pandemic is the way in which modern diets have evolved. As technology advanced and food production methods became more efficient, processed foods and fast food chains began to proliferate. These foods, often high in sugar, fats, and calories, are designed to be convenient, cheap, and highly palatable. The result is that many individuals now find themselves consuming large amounts of these calorie-dense foods that provide little nutritional value. The accessibility and affordability of such foods mean that people are more likely to choose them over healthier options, contributing to weight gain and obesity. Moreover, portion sizes in many modern settings have increased significantly, leading to overeating and poor dietary habits. Another aspect of modern life that plays a critical role in the obesity epidemic is the lack of physical activity. In past generations, physical labor and outdoor activities were integral parts of daily life. People walked to work, engaged in manual tasks, and spent time outside. However, the rise of technology, automation, and sedentary work environments has drastically reduced the need for physical exertion. The prevalence of desk jobs, the convenience of cars for transportation, and the dominance of digital entertainment have all contributed to an increasingly sedentary lifestyle. This lack of movement, combined with a high calorie intake, creates a significant imbalance between energy consumption and expenditure, leading to weight gain. Furthermore, modern life has brought about an increase in psychological stress and emotional eating, factors that are often overlooked when discussing the causes of obesity. As society places high demands on individuals to succeed professionally, socially, and personally, many people turn to food as a coping mechanism. Stress, anxiety, depression, and other psychological issues can trigger overeating, especially when individuals seek comfort in unhealthy foods. These emotional eating patterns are often linked to deeper psychological problems, such as low self-esteem or a history of trauma, which can make it more difficult for individuals to make healthy choices. In some cases, food becomes a way to deal with negative emotions, leading to a cycle of overeating that perpetuates weight gain and obesity. Social and environmental factors also contribute to the obesity epidemic. In urban environments, where busy lifestyles and limited access to healthy food options are common, individuals may struggle to find nutritious meals or safe spaces for exercise. Fast food outlets are often more accessible than grocery stores, particularly in low-income areas, making it harder for people to make healthier dietary choices. Additionally, marketing and advertising strategies play a powerful role in shaping eating habits, especially for children. The constant bombardment of advertisements promoting unhealthy food products makes it more difficult for individuals to resist the temptation to indulge in calorie-rich snacks. Cultural attitudes towards body image have also shifted, and in some cases, they have contributed to the rise in obesity. In a society where beauty standards are often linked to thinness, many people develop unhealthy relationships with food and their bodies. For some, the desire to conform to these societal ideals can lead to restrictive diets, while others may abandon healthy eating habits altogether, opting for convenience foods that are easier to obtain. Additionally, the normalization of larger body sizes in some media and celebrity circles has led to a shift in how obesity is perceived. While acceptance is important, the increasing prevalence of obesity has led to a desensitization to the health risks associated with carrying excess weight. The rise in obesity has significant consequences for both individuals and society. Obesity is linked to numerous chronic health conditions, including heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, and certain types of cancer. These conditions not only affect individuals' quality of life, but also place a tremendous burden on healthcare systems and economies worldwide. In addition to the physical health implications, obesity can also have a negative impact on mental health. Many individuals who struggle with obesity face stigma, discrimination, and social isolation, which can exacerbate existing psychological issues, such as depression and anxiety. Addressing the obesity pandemic requires a multifaceted approach. It is not enough to simply encourage individuals to eat better and exercise more. Systemic changes are needed to make healthier choices easier and more accessible. Governments, healthcare organizations, and communities must work together to create environments that support healthy living. This includes promoting better food labeling, improving access to nutritious foods, creating safe spaces for physical activity, and providing mental health support for those who struggle with emotional eating and other psychological factors that contribute to obesity. Education and awareness campaigns are also crucial in helping individuals understand the risks of obesity and the importance of maintaining a healthy weight. In conclusion, modern life has created a perfect storm of factors that contribute to the obesity pandemic. From poor dietary choices and sedentary lifestyles to psychological issues and societal pressures, the reasons for the rise in obesity are multifaceted and complex. However, with a concerted effort from all sectors of society, it is possible to combat this growing crisis and create an environment that supports healthier lifestyles. By addressing the root causes of obesity and providing the necessary resources and support, we can help individuals lead healthier, more fulfilling lives while also reducing the strain on healthcare systems worldwide. To continue addressing the obesity epidemic effectively, it is important to focus on prevention and early intervention, especially in childhood. Establishing healthy habits at a young age can have a significant impact on long-term health. Schools, parents, and communities must collaborate to create environments that encourage physical activity, balanced nutrition, and emotional well-being. Education about the importance of healthy eating, exercise, and mental health can empower children and adolescents to make better choices, reducing the likelihood of obesity later in life. One of the most effective strategies in combating obesity is the promotion of regular physical activity. Unfortunately, many people today struggle to find time for exercise, often citing work and family obligations as barriers. To address this, communities should invest in infrastructure that makes physical activity more accessible and convenient. Building walking and biking paths, creating public parks, and offering recreational programs can encourage people to move more and adopt an active lifestyle. Workplaces can also play a role by promoting physical activity during the workday, such as through wellness programs, standing desks, or even incentives for walking or exercising. In addition to increasing physical activity, improving the food environment is crucial. The availability of healthy food options is a key factor in making better dietary choices. Urban areas should prioritize initiatives that bring fresh produce and healthy food options to underserved communities, making nutritious meals more affordable and accessible. Farmers markets, community gardens, and grocery store incentives can help bridge the gap between socioeconomic status and access to healthy food. Furthermore, nutrition education campaigns should be widely implemented, helping individuals understand the importance of balanced diets, portion control, and mindful eating. One challenge in addressing the obesity epidemic is overcoming the psychological barriers that many individuals face. Emotional eating, driven by stress, anxiety, or depression, is often a coping mechanism that can lead to weight gain. Mental health support is essential for breaking this cycle. Offering counseling, therapy, and support groups can help individuals better manage their emotions and create healthier coping mechanisms. Additionally, workplace environments can prioritize mental health by offering resources such as employee assistance programs and stress management workshops. Moreover, fostering a culture of body positivity and self-acceptance, while also promoting health and well-being, is vital in combating obesity. The emphasis on appearance, particularly in media and advertising, can often be detrimental to individuals' self-esteem and mental health. It's important to shift the conversation away from weight as the sole indicator of health and focus more on overall well-being. Encouraging self-love, regardless of body size, can help individuals make more sustainable lifestyle changes and reduce the emotional toll that societal expectations often impose. The role of technology in the obesity epidemic is complex, with both positive and negative effects. On the one hand, technology has made it easier than ever to access information about healthy living, such as through fitness apps, online workout routines, and nutrition tracking tools. However, on the other hand, technology has also contributed to sedentary lifestyles, with many people spending hours sitting in front of screens, whether for work or leisure. To combat this, technology can be harnessed for good by developing tools and apps that promote movement, healthy eating, and mindfulness. For example, apps that encourage physical activity through gamification, or those that provide healthy meal planning and cooking tips, can support individuals in making healthier choices. In terms of public health policy, governments should take a more active role in regulating the food industry, especially when it comes to marketing unhealthy products to children and vulnerable populations. Stricter guidelines on food advertising, clearer food labeling, and taxes on sugary drinks and junk food can help reduce consumption of calorie-dense, nutrient-poor foods. Additionally, policies aimed at increasing access to healthy foods, such as subsidies for fruits and vegetables, can incentivize healthier eating habits. While the road to addressing the obesity pandemic is long and challenging, it is not insurmountable. The key lies in creating a supportive environment that encourages healthy lifestyles from childhood through adulthood. It requires a holistic approach, where individual choices are supported by systemic changes in our food, physical, and mental health environments. This comprehensive approach must involve collaboration between individuals, families, communities, healthcare providers, businesses, and policymakers, all working together to reduce the impact of obesity on individuals' lives and society as a whole. At the heart of this effort is the need to redefine health. Health should not solely be about achieving a certain body size or weight, but rather about feeling good physically, mentally, and emotionally. When we shift the focus from weight to overall health and well-being, we create a more inclusive and supportive culture that allows individuals to live their best lives. By addressing the root causes of obesity and promoting a balanced, healthy lifestyle, we can make significant strides toward reducing the prevalence of obesity and its associated health risks in the modern world. Obesity is a condition that involves an excessive accumulation of body fat, which poses a range of health risks. However, its significance, interpretation, and impact have evolved dramatically across history and culture. From being a symbol of prosperity in ancient times to a major health crisis in the modern world, obesity's relationship with human health has undergone a profound transformation. Historically, societies often viewed body fat positively, associating it with wealth, abundance, and good fortune. In many ancient cultures, those with fuller bodies held a higher status, as excess weight was rare and suggested a life free from the struggles of hunger and manual labor. This notion of body fat as a marker of wealth was present in ancient Egypt, Greece, and China, where art often depicted individuals with robust physiques as indicators of power and health. As civilizations progressed, the human diet and lifestyle transformed dramatically, particularly with the advent of agriculture. Settling down to farm created new dietary patterns, with an emphasis on carbohydrates from grains, and enabled more people to store fat. The shift from a nomadic lifestyle, which demanded constant physical activity, to an agrarian society, gradually lessened physical exertion and facilitated the first sustained increases in average body weight. Moving forward to the modern era, industrialization brought unprecedented changes in diet, physical activity, and daily routines. Mechanized labor reduced the need for physical work, while the emergence of processed foods made high-calorie options widely available. Today, our food environment is laden with inexpensive, calorie-dense options, while sedentary lifestyles have become the norm. Yet, unlike ancient times, our understanding of body fat's role has changed dramatically. Rather than a sign of prosperity, excess weight is now recognized as a serious health concern linked to more than 30 chronic diseases, including cardiovascular disease, diabetes, respiratory issues, and certain cancers. In modern society, obesity is a complex and multidimensional problem that impacts nearly every aspect of an individual's health. It involves interactions between lifestyle, genetics, environment, and psychological factors, each contributing to a condition that is not only difficult to treat, but poses risks that extend beyond physical health. Today, obesity is a global epidemic affecting millions, and its consequences stretch far beyond personal appearance or self-esteem. This essay aims to explore the historical and societal context of obesity, delve into its impact on the body, and highlight its connection with chronic diseases. Through a deep understanding of these facets, we can better appreciate the urgency of addressing obesity as both a public health crisis and a deeply personal issue that impacts quality of life and longevity. Throughout most of history, obesity was relatively uncommon and often limited to the wealthy, as the average person engaged in physically demanding work and had limited access to high-calorie foods. Ancient art from cultures such as Egypt and Mesopotamia celebrated fuller body shapes as symbols of prosperity and fertility. Moving into the Middle Ages, however, as European societies faced famines, plagues, and wars, thinness became associated with hardship, while body fat continued to signify privilege. By the Renaissance, when food became more accessible due to advances in agriculture and trade, portrayals of fuller figures again emerged, with paintings by artists like Rubens showcasing curvaceous, full-bodied forms as ideals of beauty and health. With the Industrial Revolution, the perception of body weight underwent another shift. Mechanized labor reduced physical demands, while advances in food production made calorie-dense foods more available. As urban centers grew, lifestyles became increasingly sedentary. Additionally, processed foods emerged, offering affordable and long-lasting options that could be transported and stored easily. By the mid-20th century, high-calorie processed foods became the norm, contributing significantly to rising obesity rates. The abundance of food shifted the perception of body weight from a status symbol to a medical concern as obesity became more prevalent across all socioeconomic levels. Today, obesity is considered a primary risk factor for numerous chronic diseases, impacting almost every organ system. The accumulation of excess body fat is more than a superficial concern. It influences metabolic functions, hormonal balance, cardiovascular health, respiratory function, joint integrity, and even mental health. The body's organs and systems struggle to function under the weight of excess fat, which is associated with inflammation, insulin resistance, oxidative stress, and dysregulation of several metabolic pathways. These processes contribute to the development of diseases such as diabetes, cardiovascular disorders, and certain cancers. One of the primary impacts of obesity is on metabolic health. Excess fat, particularly visceral fat around the abdominal organs, is metabolically active, producing hormones and inflammatory cytokines that disrupt insulin sensitivity. This process leads to a condition called insulin resistance, where cells no longer respond effectively to insulin, resulting in high blood sugar levels. Persistent insulin resistance can develop into type 2 diabetes, a chronic condition with complications ranging from cardiovascular disease to neuropathy and kidney damage. Type 2 diabetes has reached epidemic proportions in parallel with rising obesity rates, underscoring the critical role that excess body fat plays in metabolic dysfunction. Obesity is a major contributor to cardiovascular disease, CVD, the leading cause of death worldwide. The presence of excess body fat strains the heart and vascular system, elevating blood pressure and causing hypertension, which damages blood vessels and increases the likelihood of heart attack and stroke. Additionally, obesity leads to dyslipidemia, a condition characterized by elevated levels of low-density lipoprotein, LDL, cholesterol, and reduced levels of high-density lipoprotein, HDL cholesterol. This imbalance promotes the formation of arterial plaques, narrowing blood vessels, and increasing the risk of atherosclerosis. Furthermore, obesity is linked to heart enlargement, which impairs its ability to pump blood effectively and can lead to heart failure. Obesity is associated with an increased risk of various cancers, including breast, colorectal, liver, kidney, and pancreatic cancers. The exact mechanisms are complex, involving hormonal, inflammatory, and metabolic factors. For instance, adipose tissue produces estrogen, a hormone linked to an increased risk of hormone-sensitive cancers, such as breast and endometrial cancer. Additionally, chronic inflammation caused by excess body fat creates an environment conducive to cancer development by promoting cellular damage and mutations. Obesity also influences levels of insulin and insulin-like growth factor, IGF, both of which encourage cell proliferation, a key factor in tumor growth. Obesity significantly affects respiratory function, leading to conditions like obstructive sleep apnea, OSA, and hypoventilation syndrome. Excess fat in the chest and abdomen restricts lung expansion, reducing lung capacity and causing breathlessness. OSA, characterized by repeated episodes of airway obstruction during sleep, is common in individuals with obesity. These interruptions in breathing lead to drops in oxygen levels, placing stress on the cardiovascular system and contributing to hypertension. Sleep disruptions also contribute to daytime fatigue, decreased cognitive function, and impaired quality of life, forming a feedback loop where poor sleep can promote further weight gain. The musculoskeletal system bears the brunt of excess weight, especially in weight-bearing joints such as the knees, hips, and spine. Over time, obesity accelerates wear and tear on these joints, leading to osteoarthritis, a degenerative joint disease that causes pain, stiffness, and reduced mobility. The inflammation associated with obesity further exacerbates joint deterioration, creating a cycle of pain and inactivity. This, in turn, often leads to reduced physical activity, making weight management even more challenging for individuals with obesity and joint issues. Obesity is associated with various digestive disorders, including gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, gallbladder disease, and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. The increased abdominal pressure from excess body fat contributes to GERD by forcing stomach acid into the esophagus, causing heartburn and potential esophageal damage. NAFLD, a condition characterized by fat accumulation in liver cells, is particularly concerning as it can progress to liver inflammation, fibrosis, cirrhosis, and even liver cancer if left unmanaged. Beyond physical health, obesity has a profound impact on mental well-being. Many individuals with obesity experience depression, anxiety, and social stigma, which can exacerbate issues of low self-esteem and isolation. The physical challenges associated with obesity, such as chronic pain, fatigue, and restricted mobility, further contribute to mental health difficulties. Moreover, societal attitudes toward body image often lead to discrimination and prejudice, adding an emotional toll to the physical burden of obesity. These mental health challenges create a cycle where emotional eating, stress, and poor self-image contribute to further weight gain. The consequences of obesity extend far beyond aesthetics, posing risks to nearly every aspect of health. Obesity's impact on physical, metabolic, cardiovascular, respiratory, digestive, and mental health underscores the urgent need to address it as a public health priority. The complex interactions between body fat, hormones, and inflammatory processes create a perfect storm for chronic disease development, making it essential for individuals, healthcare providers, and policymakers to work together in creating comprehensive solutions for prevention and treatment. Addressing obesity requires a multifaceted approach that involves lifestyle changes, medical interventions, community support, and societal shifts toward healthier environments. Only through these combined efforts can we hope to mitigate the pervasive and far-reaching impact of obesity on human health and quality of life. Recent studies emphasize that genetics significantly influences an individual's propensity to gain weight. Researchers have identified various genes associated with obesity that affect metabolism, appetite regulation, and fat storage. For example, the FTO gene has been strongly linked to obesity and appears to affect hunger levels and how the body stores fat. Yet, genetics is not an unchangeable destiny. Epigenetics, how genes are expressed based on lifestyle factors like diet, activity levels, and stress, also plays a substantial role. This means that while someone may inherit a predisposition for weight gain, lifestyle and environmental factors can switch on or switch off certain genes related to obesity, offering a layer of control and possibility for prevention. One significant and often overlooked factor contributing to obesity is socioeconomic status. Lower-income communities often lack access to affordable, healthy food options and safe spaces for physical activity. Many urban areas, particularly in economically disadvantaged neighborhoods, are food deserts, where fresh produce and healthy foods are limited, while fast food and processed options are readily available and often cheaper. The cycle of poverty and obesity is challenging to break, as socioeconomic constraints limit choices, access to healthcare, and opportunities for education on health and nutrition. Addressing these barriers involves not only raising awareness, but also implementing policies to provide better access to nutritious food and exercise opportunities within these communities. Advances in technology, while beneficial in countless ways, have significantly contributed to sedentary lifestyles. From automation in the workplace to the increase in screen time, technology has reduced the need for physical movement in our daily routines. Children and adults alike spend hours each day on computers, smartphones, and televisions, with physical activity often relegated to short, planned sessions rather than being part of daily life. This lack of regular, spontaneous movement is a key driver of weight gain. Encouraging more physical activity is essential, and it could involve both personal lifestyle adjustments and broader changes in workplace and educational environments that promote movement throughout the day. Obesity is often tied to complex psychological factors, including emotional eating, stress, and even trauma. Many individuals use food as a coping mechanism for stress, anxiety, and depression, which can lead to cycles of overeating and guilt. Research has shown that stress-related hormones like cortisol can contribute to abdominal fat accumulation, further linking psychological stress with obesity. Breaking this cycle requires addressing the root causes of emotional eating, whether through cognitive behavioral therapy, support groups, or stress management techniques. Mental health support is a crucial component of any obesity intervention, as addressing only the physical aspects often overlooks the significant psychological barriers to sustained weight management. Addressing obesity effectively requires collaboration at multiple levels, from individual actions to public health policies. Governments and health organizations must create policies that support healthier lifestyles, including food labeling regulations, limits on advertising unhealthy foods to children, and incentives for businesses to provide healthier food options. Community-based programs that promote physical activity, such as local sports leagues, safe parks, and exercise facilities, can encourage a culture of health and movement. Moreover, educating the public on the importance of balanced diets and exercise through school curricula and community programs can instill lifelong habits of health. For individuals who face significant challenges with weight management, medical interventions are sometimes necessary. From prescription medications to surgical options like bariatric surgery, modern medicine provides various methods for individuals who struggle with obesity-related health risks. Bariatric surgery, which alters the digestive system to reduce food intake and nutrient absorption, has shown effectiveness in severe cases, often resulting in dramatic improvements in health and quality of life. However, these interventions require lifestyle changes to maintain results, and they are typically reserved for cases where other methods have failed. Recent advancements, including gene therapy research and gut microbiome studies, are paving the way for more targeted, less invasive treatments in the future. The global scale of obesity presents challenges that go beyond individual or even national efforts. As developing nations adopt Western diets and lifestyles, obesity rates are rising worldwide, increasing the burden on healthcare systems. Countries with limited healthcare resources face particular challenges as they address obesity-related diseases without sufficient infrastructure to manage chronic illness. Collaborative global efforts, including partnerships between governments, international health organizations, and nonprofits, are essential for tackling obesity on a large scale. Programs focusing on education, accessibility to nutritious foods, and encouraging physical activity are just some of the international efforts needed to combat this issue. The epidemic of obesity is a complex, multifaceted challenge that requires understanding from biological, social, psychological, and economic perspectives. No single solution exists for addressing obesity, as it encompasses a range of factors including genetics, environment, lifestyle, and even global economic forces. Addressing obesity as a public health issue requires a holistic approach that includes preventive education, access to healthcare, community and policy support, and perhaps most importantly, a compassionate understanding of the diverse factors that contribute to this condition. Each person's experience with obesity is unique, shaped by a combination of biology and circumstance. Thus, interventions must be adaptable and respectful of individual differences. By approaching obesity from a comprehensive and informed perspective, we can create systems that not only prevent excessive weight gain, but also promote a healthier, more equitable society. From public health policies and community-based interventions to innovative medical treatments and individualized psychological support, the fight against obesity will be ongoing, demanding both commitment and adaptability from all levels of society. In sum, obesity poses risks that impact nearly every aspect of health. Yet it also offers us an opportunity to reflect on our society's relationship with food, health, and well-being. The urgency to address obesity is not just about reducing numbers on a scale. It's about creating a world where everyone has the opportunity to lead a healthier life. Through sustained efforts, collaboration, and a willingness to address the underlying causes of obesity, we can hope to turn the tide on this epidemic and pave the way toward a healthier future for generations to come. In order to fully comprehend the far-reaching impact of obesity on individual and public health, it's important to explore deeper into its physiological consequences, societal influences, and the ongoing efforts toward prevention and treatment. Obesity not only affects individual well-being, but places a tremendous strain on healthcare systems, economies, and social structures. Understanding the multifactorial nature of obesity allows us to develop more effective strategies for addressing it, making it a priority across all levels of society, from personal lifestyles to national policies. One of the most critical aspects of obesity is its direct effect on the human body's biological systems. The most apparent and concerning impact is the way obesity contributes to a higher incidence of chronic diseases. Obesity is strongly linked to cardiovascular disease, which remains one of the leading causes of death worldwide. Excess body fat increases the risk of hypertension, high blood pressure, cholesterol imbalances, and heart disease by contributing to the hardening and narrowing of blood vessels. As fat cells accumulate, particularly in the abdominal region, they release inflammatory cytokines that increase the risk of clot formation, thereby exacerbating cardiovascular conditions. Obesity also places an undue strain on the body's musculoskeletal system. Excess weight increases the pressure on joints, particularly the knees, hips, and lower back. This increased stress can lead to osteoarthritis, a painful degenerative condition that significantly impacts mobility and quality of life. The knees, in particular, bear much of the body's weight, and the risk of injury and chronic pain rises significantly in obese individuals. This condition is also exacerbated by inflammation associated with obesity, which worsens joint function over time. Additionally, obesity can interfere with the body's ability to regulate blood sugar, leading to a higher likelihood of developing type 2 diabetes. The excess fat in the body, especially visceral fat surrounding the organs, impairs the action of insulin, leading to insulin resistance. Insulin resistance causes the body to need more insulin to regulate blood sugar levels, ultimately overwhelming the pancreas and leading to diabetes. Obesity, therefore, sets the stage for a cascade of metabolic issues that can affect nearly every organ system in the body. Obesity's impact is not confined to physical health alone. It extends deeply into the realm of mental and emotional well-being. Society's stigmatization of individuals with obesity often leads to negative psychological consequences, such as depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. These mental health struggles can further complicate the efforts of individuals who are already trying to manage their weight. The societal pressures to conform to a certain body image are pervasive, and the psychological burden of being marginalized due to weight can lead to disordered eating behaviors, such as binge eating or emotional eating, which further perpetuate the cycle of weight gain. For many individuals, the mental burden of obesity is compounded by feelings of hopelessness and frustration. The repeated failure to lose weight through diet and exercise can cause a loss of motivation, leading to an even more sedentary lifestyle and deeper emotional distress. Psychological counseling and support systems are, therefore, crucial in treating obesity. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is often used to address the root causes of unhealthy eating behaviors, and this therapy can help individuals rebuild their relationship with food, body image, and exercise. As we move beyond the individual and look at the broader societal forces that contribute to obesity, it becomes clear that this condition is shaped by systemic factors that go beyond personal choice. One of the most significant contributing factors is the modern food environment, where highly processed foods, rich in sugars, unhealthy fats, and additives, are widely accessible. The marketing of these foods, especially to children, has fostered a culture where unhealthy eating habits are normalized. Fast food chains, snack manufacturers, and beverage companies have made highly caloric foods convenient, cheap, and often addictive. Moreover, the prevalence of sedentary behavior is a product of contemporary lifestyles. In the modern world, physical activity is no longer embedded in daily tasks for many people. The rise of technology has automated many aspects of life, reducing the need for physical exertion. In urban areas, the lack of walkable spaces, limited access to safe recreational areas, and high reliance on vehicles for transportation contribute to a lack of daily movement. As more individuals work sedentary jobs, spend hours in front of screens, and engage in minimal physical activity, the risk of obesity continues to rise. The built environment plays a pivotal role in the fight against obesity. In many cities, there is inadequate infrastructure to support walking, biking, or other forms of active transportation. The prioritization of car-centric development leads to communities where people must rely on automobiles for nearly every task, reducing the opportunity for incidental exercise. Therefore, urban planning that prioritizes walkable communities, safe parks, and bike lanes can have a significant impact on reducing obesity rates. Additionally, public transportation systems that are accessible and encourage walking or cycling to stops can encourage more active lifestyles. Given the scale and complexity of the obesity epidemic, public health policies and strategies must be multifaceted, addressing everything from food production and distribution to education and urban planning. One critical area for intervention is food policy. Governments can regulate the marketing of unhealthy foods, particularly those aimed at children, and impose taxes on sugary drinks and junk foods to encourage healthier choices. Implementing clear and standardized nutritional labeling can also help individuals make informed decisions about the food they purchase. Health organizations and governments should also invest in public health campaigns aimed at increasing awareness about the dangers of obesity and the benefits of a healthy lifestyle. These campaigns should focus not only on weight loss, but also on the broader concept of health, which includes mental well-being, physical fitness, and balanced eating. Schools should play a pivotal role in shaping attitudes toward health by teaching children the value of nutrition and physical activity, which can help establish lifelong habits. Another crucial component of combating obesity is making healthier foods more accessible and affordable. Subsidies for fresh produce and healthier food options, along with policies that encourage the growth of food co-ops and local markets, can help reduce the financial barriers to eating well. Improving access to safe parks, recreational centers, and walking paths will encourage physical activity in both children and adults. As we draw this extensive discussion on obesity to a close, it is clear that addressing this issue is not a matter of simple willpower or individual responsibility. Obesity is a multifactorial condition shaped by genetic, environmental, psychological, and societal factors. Effective prevention and treatment require coordinated efforts across healthcare systems, governments, and communities, all working together to foster environments that support healthy living. Prevention should be the primary focus, and this includes public education about healthy eating, increased access to nutritious foods, and greater opportunities for physical activity. Treatment for those already struggling with obesity must be individualized, combining behavioral changes, medical interventions, and psychological support. Moreover, addressing the stigmatization and mental health challenges associated with obesity is essential to breaking the cycle of weight gain and promoting sustainable weight management. The road ahead will require a shift in both personal and societal behaviors. While there is no one-size-fits-all solution to obesity, the combined efforts of individuals, healthcare professionals, communities, and governments can create an environment where healthy choices are the default, not the exception. Through sustained education, support systems, and policy changes, we can mitigate the global burden of obesity and its associated diseases, ultimately improving the health and well-being of future generations. As we look to the future in combating obesity and its associated diseases, it is imperative that we recognize the importance of long-term, sustained efforts rather than short-term solutions. The complexity of obesity demands a holistic and comprehensive approach, incorporating a combination of scientific innovation, social change, public policy, and community-based interventions. The global obesity crisis is not an isolated issue. It is a multifaceted challenge that requires everyone to play an active role in both prevention and treatment. One area where technology has the potential to revolutionize obesity prevention and treatment is through the development of innovative digital health tools. Mobile applications, wearable devices, and online platforms that track nutrition, physical activity, and even mental health could offer individuals personalized feedback and recommendations for healthier lifestyles. These digital tools can help users set goals, monitor progress, and maintain motivation, which are often the most significant barriers to sustained weight loss and healthier living. Furthermore, advancements in telemedicine and virtual healthcare services can provide individuals with remote access to healthcare professionals who specialize in obesity treatment, whether through consultations with dietitians, exercise physiologists, or psychologists. This is especially important in underserved areas, where individuals may not have easy access to medical facilities or obesity specialists. Telehealth services can offer tailored support and guidance, promoting healthier choices and enhancing the likelihood of long-term success in managing obesity. Another exciting development lies in the use of artificial intelligence, AI, to develop personalized weight management plans. AI can analyze data on an individual's genetics, lifestyle, health history, and preferences to create more customized and effective treatment options. For instance, AI algorithms could identify the specific factors that contribute to a person's weight gain or hinder their ability to lose weight, such as hormonal imbalances or a genetic predisposition to obesity. With this data, Healthcare providers could devise more accurate, personalized strategies for weight loss that go beyond traditional one-size-fits-all approaches. Alongside lifestyle changes, medical and pharmacological treatments are advancing rapidly to support individuals struggling with obesity. Although lifestyle interventions, such as diet and exercise, remain the cornerstone of obesity management, new medications and treatments are providing additional options. For example, GLP-1 receptor agonists, a class of medications originally used for diabetes treatment, have shown promise in aiding weight loss by reducing appetite and promoting satiety. These medications are already being used to help people with obesity manage their weight more effectively, particularly in combination with lifestyle changes. Bariatric surgery, particularly gastric bypass and sleeve gastrectomy, continues to be an effective option for individuals with severe obesity who have not had success with traditional weight loss methods. While these surgeries carry risks, they are associated with substantial and lasting weight loss, as well as improvements in obesity-related comorbidities like type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and sleep apnea. However, surgical intervention should always be considered as a last resort after exhausting other, non-invasive methods. Looking to the future, more research is needed to develop even more advanced pharmacological treatments and minimally invasive procedures for obesity. Stem cell therapy and gene editing techniques, for instance, hold potential for altering the biological mechanisms that contribute to obesity at a genetic or cellular level. While these treatments are still in their infancy, they could represent a groundbreaking shift in how we address the root causes of obesity and provide more sustainable solutions for weight management in the future. In order to reduce the prevalence of obesity and its associated diseases, public health campaigns must play a central role in changing societal attitudes and behaviors related to food, exercise, and lifestyle choices. These campaigns should not only focus on the individual, but also address the environmental and structural factors that contribute to obesity. One effective public health approach is the implementation of educational programs that teach individuals about nutrition and the importance of physical activity. By making this information more accessible, we can encourage people to make healthier food choices and engage in regular exercise, which are key components in preventing obesity. Furthermore, schools should be a primary focus for these efforts, as they are a key environment where children develop habits that will carry with them into adulthood. Educating children about nutrition, the importance of regular physical activity, and the dangers of an unhealthy lifestyle can help reduce the incidence of obesity in future generations. Policy changes are also essential in creating an environment that promotes healthy living. Taxing sugary drinks and unhealthy foods, as well as subsidizing fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, can help encourage healthier food choices and make nutritious food more affordable. Furthermore, urban planning and public spaces should be designed to support active transportation and recreational activities, providing communities with the infrastructure needed to engage in physical activity safely. In conclusion, the global obesity epidemic requires a multifaceted, collaborative approach that spans across personal, societal, and governmental levels. Obesity is not merely an individual issue, but a public health crisis with far-reaching implications for both individuals and society as a whole. The prevention and treatment of obesity demand a combination of scientific innovation, policy reforms, public health strategies, and widespread societal changes. It is clear that obesity is a complex condition that is influenced by genetic, environmental, social, and behavioral factors. Therefore, any effort to combat obesity must address these diverse elements, focusing not only on individual behaviors, but also on the broader societal structures that make unhealthy living choices so prevalent. Through improved access to healthy foods, increased physical activity opportunities, better education, and mental health support, we can create an environment that fosters better health for all. Innovations in medical treatment and technology hold the promise of providing more personalized, effective solutions for individuals struggling with obesity. At the same time, public health campaigns and policy changes will help shift societal norms and reduce the stigma surrounding obesity, empowering individuals to seek help and make lasting changes. The fight against obesity is not easy, but it is achievable. With sustained efforts and a comprehensive, collaborative approach, we can reverse the obesity trend, improve health outcomes, and reduce the burden of obesity-related diseases for future generations.